Howdy, welcome back. I'm the Strides Professor. Let's go ahead and get back in here. Special thanks to Draco Darko for the generous donation. I appreciate it. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategiprofessor@gmail.com. I'm happy to help you out with that.
Start the war!
So last episode, we kind of lost our wall in there. That's okay. We can get another one back eventually. We have dramatically weakened those guys, but we need to complete our province and then figure it out from there. I'm not sure where their other towns are. They have 3. So they have this one, and they probably have that over there. So we're going to attack them. We got low reliability for some reason. Once again, not entirely sure like what's up with that. It had to be some kind of glitch involving involving our wall or something. I'm not really sure like what happened there, but anyways, okay. So we're still waiting on this. We have 2 more turns before we can upgrade that. Okay. Remember, at tier 3, we'll kind of feel out what we want. I'm definitely interested in trolls early on. That'll scale into either Ragnarok spiders or giants. We might want like one of each of those in a late game army. Okay, so the dwarves are trying to step up. We really do not want to fight those dwarves until we get better armor piercing. We do need a character we can send north. We're not going to have any extra characters for a little bit. Certainly not until tier 3. And I don't know how long until we do this. It's going to be a little while. A pretty tough battle. So we're just kind of hanging out. We're going to be fighting some greenskins until we get that armor piercing. And it'll either be rock lobbers, some combination of rock lobbers and trolls. And the wizard. The shaman. Okay. Yeah, move a character to Grandi. Random beastmen up here. Okay. Are they losing? They lost one of their armies, I'm pretty sure, because they were a lot stronger than us. But what? Now we're very high. How does that work? Weren't we just low a second? Like, literally last turn?
Great prophet, Gorkamorg, welcome news.
Oh, that's too expensive. Skarsnik is up there, I think. Or Skarsnik start down south, I'm not sure. Who? They don't have any allies, probably, right? Bloody Spears? No. Yeah, we're just gonna take them out here. Now it says I'm low. Like, what? Can we make up our minds? What's going on? Okay, we did lose our Cav, which is pretty annoying. We'll just auto-resolve it. It's victory. Jeez, that's a really nice sack. I don't know if we're gonna. I can't leave 10,000 or 9,000 gold on the table.
Come on! Interesting.
Yeah, we don't have enough to take it this turn, but it's definitely worth. I can wait a turn. Actually, I have a surprising amount of melee defense for a unit that's that big.
Now, yes, it shall be. This way.
Alright, so we're not going to be able to get any replenishment here.
Nah.
You guys might try to sit in their town, but... Wait, how did this take damage? Some random earthquake or some garbage? Oh, buildings damaged because Beastman raids. Huh. That's an interesting mechanic. I've never seen that before. That's really annoying. Okay. Yep, still waiting. So yeah, it doesn't cost that much to repair, but it puts them all at half capacity for one turn. So they only give like half the gold, half the growth, all that stuff. So yeah, I would have loved to just occupy that, but you know, 9,000 gold is a lot. You gotta take that money. I don't know if that counts as executing captives or what towards the count. I wish there was a counter. I think it counts as executing captives if you occupy. Or killing captives or whatever. If you sack or occupy or just win a siege. She's mad. Those beastmen might take out one of those armies there. Be kind of nice. We're going to have to deal with them during our turn most likely, but... So they ran back here. They may have killed this army out here. How many armies do they have left? Yeah, they have basically nothing left. Now we're low again. Am I crazy? Did I not look at it and it said very high? Or like high last time? Really? It thinks I'm strength rating 100? For real?
Crowds whispering.
I'm not weak,
For
huh?
the slaughter. Get nasty. Attack.
So we're just gonna auto it again. So I don't like to sit multi-sack towns to power level a lord, but once again, if you're getting 9,000 gold this early in the campaign from a sack, you gotta take that. Now we're on. That, and then just growth and obedience. Sounds good to me. Two obedience. None of our. We can recruit here. Do we even try for that? I guess we got to knock them out. We can't really beat the dwarves. I mean, we are at war with the dwarves right now, but
I am true power. I'm listening. The crowd of sorcery agrees.
So power up a little bit.
What you want?
Red Fangs are kind of getting an army back, but gonna be a little slow. Alright, so we'll probably just pop over this wall and go for pillars. Although, I don't know if dwarfs are there, it's gonna be an issue. I kind of need to finish them off, though. I still don't know where beastmen are. There's a really good gold mine up here. I don't remember if the Greenskins get some... I know that the dwarves get some crazy mine. I don't know if the Greenskins get it or not, but it was like a lot of gold. Mountains are like very secure too over here. It's like the edge of the map for now until Warhammer 3. It's the edge of the map, and like the only factions that can really like reasonably go through here are Greenskins and dwarves. I mean, Chaos can try to come up here, but it takes forever to go through that, and they take attrition unless they go into a special stance or whatever. I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, so much for that. Okay, so I don't need to go over there anymore. Who would do that? Is that Beastman? Growth, recruitment costs, and minus obedience. I'm cool with that. We'll probably have a rebellion anyways.
Your prestige grows, my lord. News of
You're
your
getting rich.
conquests spreads far.
Oh, okay, this clown's coming down for more, huh?
Not
Oh, we got
my
another
war
wall.
boss.
What? I thought it took us so many turns. It hadn't been 8 turns since our previous wall, had it been? Damn it, this idiot's gonna come over here and sack this. I didn't notice him last turn. He may not be able to get there in 1 turn. I think he can, though.
Who needs stabbing?
Well, we'll go down there and finish him off next turn.
What a soaking head do you want?
-3 upkeep on spearmanry. Yeah, you can't trade any trade resources, so I guess they just, all of them are tier 3. And you get bonuses. Is that what it is for all iron? That's black iron forge, so it's not normal iron. Yeah, so I guess if you get a bunch of these, it just reduces upkeep. That's pretty cool. Alright, we'll go for growth. I do want these to power up a little faster.
Good. I can mark it. Azhag is here.
Okay, what do we
I'm
have?
the boss.
Similar army as last time. Rest that's all good. Wow, we get it in 2 or 3 turns. I guess it's good. Okay. Okay, so we'll probably just sack some of this stuff, maybe. Scabby Eye. We could also rotate down south and try to take out some of those Greenskins. I just don't think we can fight dwarves yet. Did the dwarves burn this? The beastmen are on their property right now, so they have corruption. So maybe the beastmen burned it and then the dwarves just occupied it. I mean, we might be able to beat them with a wall. If we could make our wall sit still and then go into ambush stance, we might be able to beat them. It's tricky to use the wall open field without just telling it to like run into. Because like sometimes if there's an enemy close by, they just go attack them, so they won't wait for you to help them. And then the game is like you want to stand like close to the enemy and then let your wall come in and attack, and then you reinforce it. But sometimes they just won't deal with that. It's amazing how fast they get a fresh 20 stack every time to come up here. That's annoying. Is that 220 stacks? How do they make armies so fast? And they get to recruit like 10 a turn? Well, that's going to cause a rebellion, for sure. That's the most annoying thing about those kinds of plays. You got to do War Fervor. I don't remember what happens if you risk the Wrath, but it's almost always worse than just paying it. And we have a lot of gold, so.
I'd rather eat a squeak.
Yeah.
Zook
What the
right
hell do
off.
they have? They have like, I guess they have 2 more properties down here, but.
I am true power.
I guess we just have to give that up. We can't attack them right now. We need to be over here for the rebellion.
Greenskins, I follow.
Those dudes are probably going to follow. And then next turn. Okay, so we're going to get 2 buildings. How do we want to manage this? I think it's up. Yeah, it's next turn. So we upgrade this to get to Biggins. Okay, that's 3,800. Let me upgrade this. Or we build this. So we can get an Orc Shaman. And we have to pick either Rock Wobbers or Troll Cave. Unless we get rid of the money building, which I don't want to do that. How important are these techs early? Let me see. Greenskin bow. Okay, that's whatever. That doesn't matter. That's okay. Artillery. Plus an armor for infantry units is good. That's like super far away. Being able to hire a Goblin Doom Diver or Spider Hatchery is good. I guess getting better armor for the boars are okay. Okay, I think maybe we just go trolls then. We could get rid of the growth building if we really wanted to. That wouldn't be terrible because we do have a lot of growth. Yeah, maybe we get rid of the growth building and just get the get all the buildings. So anything that's like building reduction? Nope. Okay, go next turn, and then we'll. Well, I should have gotten rid of the growth building that turn if that's what I wanted to do. I kind of do want growth though. But I need to start doing techs, and rock lobbers are good to have a couple of them in your army. But trolls are also pretty strong. With Azhag, because you have all the leadership. They have AoE attacks too. It doesn't say that, but like each time they, you know, swing their club, they're hitting multiple units. Okay, so this guy is trying to step up. You gonna raid? Can dwarves even raid? I suppose they can. Interesting, interesting. Okay. I got the Moon Howlers.
The clouds whispering.
Big lads. 250, so that would not pay for itself for 10, 15. So I guess that's about 20 turns it pays for itself. And you do get extra bonuses. You know, we get 60% or 50% or whatever extra money. One of these things, what gives us extra recruitment capacity? I thought there was a building that gave you extra recruitment capacity pretty early on. Maybe they got rid of it. That's Lord Recruit rank. Faction wide. That's actually pretty legit. Oh, I forgot we need this building to get to Big Boss too. Dang it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to drop off some growth. Even though that sucks, but I can put growth in other towns. We need the money. I mean, we could get rid of the money building as well. That's gonna take 2 turns and then like 4 turns before we can start trolls. If we put them in character drawn. That's a lot of obedience, which I do need obedience if I ever want to leave out of here. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's just kill all these people first, and then we'll figure out from there.
Yes, it shall
In true orc fashion, just kill everybody first, then figure it out later.
Not a chance.
This will please the Iron Hats.
How did they do that much damage to me? What? Damn it, I should have just manually resolved that. That's really annoying.
Going south. I am true power. Good.
Can I beat them even though I'm injured?
Zog off.
Probably not without help.
I'm listening.
Well, we do have some auras. We don't have magic yet.
Stop pushing it.
And we can flank with the trolls. There's just no reason to risk it though, because if I lose like 3 units or 4 units, then we're gonna lose our wall. Might as well just sit over here. If they want to attack me, they're dead.
Who needs stabbing?
He is raiding me, which is annoying, but okay. So let's get our priorities straight here. So that's a long-term investment. We have enough for that. We have enough for that. Definitely need magic. This guy's really good for damaging walls. I mean, the 300 gold is handy, but extra lord recruit rank would be really nice, but that's going to take a while. It does allow for one more big boss. I think I want the trolls more than anything else right now against Greenskins. And then we need Rock Lobber and Boss Shack. I think we're going to have to get rid of these. So this going to tier 2 with that was kind of a poor investment. But I thought I was going to have a tier 3 ready to go with the trolls, but I just don't want to wait that long. I want them right now. See, we had a bunch of gold. Now it's not looking like so much gold. But sometimes I have people ask, why are you sitting on so much gold? It's like, well, there are certain power spikes where you need money. Oh, they're gonna go fight him anyways. Okay. And they lost. I'm gonna go kill Scabby Eye again. Now he's coming for me, huh? Tooth Taker. I like it. Crusher, Tooth Taker. The Savage Orc's taking over. And they ran for it. So they got kind of injured, but they're still sort of on the strong side.
I'll crush them all.
So he already took Dakaraz.
You gulk.
Very low. So your wall hurts your diplomacy, basically. That's got to be what it is. If your wall dies, then you can't do any diplomacy. Huh. That's rough. It's gonna make it very hard to confederate. Alright, Black Cry, that, and that.
Azhag is here.
They aren't that strong. Now, they could come in with, like, some extra units and maybe step up to me, but...
This is good. Come, Scavenger.
Hopefully we get a good fight going here. I wonder if that's intended or not. Hope we get a good clean fight here, but we'll see how it goes. I've got to get some tier 3 stuff so I can keep up with the Red Fangs have just too many units right now. I've got to out-tech them a little bit. And then the Dwarfs are have an advantage early. Okay. Bloody Spears are killed.
What you want?
I think it is. I don't know. Alright, one more turn, then we can upgrade this. I mean, I will want this at a higher level for giants eventually. I guess maybe I don't need to upgrade this if I'm going for trolls over here anyways, because we've got the growth. Public order is going to get a little rough. Corruption. Oh, Skaven corruption. Oh, it's osmosis. Okay. What? Where's the osmosis? There must be other things that have Skaven stuff around here.
I am true power. Time for the slaughter.
Yeah, I don't want to fight them yet, if at all. I guess we just chill for a turn. Then we can hire some trolls and biggins next turn. Could go ahead with Carrot Drawn and upgrade this. I'm going to hold on to these 1 or 2 more turns, and then I will change them up. I mean, the biggins are better than normal orcs. Anyways, normal orc infantry. Even if you're not versus large units, they just have more armor, they have more health, they do more damage. They're just better, but they are more expensive.
There's fighting time and yabbering time. Looks like we're gonna talk for now.
Huh. I don't care about obedience. Kill a rebellion. I'm gonna be sitting here hiring anyways. I'll take the growth.
What you want?
Okay. Those biggins are still 2 turns. They're 220 upkeep. They're almost double the price. But let's see, they have about 1,000 more HP. 47 weapon strength versus 38. 46 melee attack versus 37. Actually, we can just pin this. Okay, so they have 1,000 more HP, 20 more armor, 8 leadership, 10 melee attack, 3 melee defense, 9 weapon damage with a +8 to large. Okay. And then, of course, trolls are actually, they're 220 also. And they just do a heck of a lot of damage. They have 40 armor, 42 melee attack, 32, and then 112 piercing damage and regeneration. And they are door breakers, so they can knock down doors. I think I want like 3 trolls.
The crowd's whispering. The crowd of sorcery agrees.
And then
Azhag is here.
2 more of
I
these.
am true power.
Okay. It's a good start. We'll go from there. This place can always kind of be sacked I could also just wait and try to get to tier 4. I mean, tier 4 is a big deal because we get this big fort. It's really nice. And it'll also allow us to get black orcs, which is also a very big deal. Those are super expensive, but they do a lot of piercing damage. We would also be able to get Goblin Doom Divers, which are usually way better than the Rock Lobbers. Yeah, that's a lot of armor piercing damage. Same range, but way more accurate also. Okay. Let's plan on that. So I guess we're getting 140 growth still, even with taking the growth off of this. So 5 turns we'd get to 3, and then I don't know how long it'd take to get to 4. Probably an additional like 10 turns. So in like 15, 16 turns we could get to this. Yeah, I don't guess we need anything in Iron Rock. I mean, we could upgrade it and then get some more money out of it, but I'm afraid they're just going to sack it again. I guess it only takes 1 turn worth of growth to do that. We'll do that. That's fine. That will give me some more growth overall also. Okay, I think that's fine, and then we can start getting Rock Lobbers next turn and a Shaman. Okay, so we're starting to get some pretty cool units here. Hopefully the dudes don't come running at me right now. If they do, we should be able to at least get a Shaman and put him in our army before they get here. Hopefully. And we'll have a small garrison. If they come at me with 220 stacks, though, I'm probably going to have to run and abandon Black Rock. If I can get a little bit of hiring down, I think we can beat them. If we get our hands on all of these units, I think we can beat them. Was that the Flying Fairy School? Man, I really like to get a fight every episode. Might have to go a little bit longer on this one so we can get a fight. I could just go take care of Cape Peaks also.
This is my land.
Oof. Oh, that's enemy territory. Okay. Discipline's not bad. Oh, let me talk about the magic here really quickly, since I promised I would, and then we'll see if we can get a fight here. So Little Wah used to be one of the best magics in the whole game because this used to be AoE for like 4 magic. It used to give everybody plus 26 melee attack and armor piercing damage, so it was phenomenal. But now it only applies to a single unit. There is no overcast, so you can't make it apply to everybody. Gaze of Mork's okay in multiplayer. It's cheap. Does alright damage. Not so great in campaign. Excuse me. This is terrible. Just charge bonus and speed. Doesn't do anything else. Itchy Nuisance is still really good. So that lowers melee or weapon damage and melee attack, so it makes it very difficult for them to kill you. So back in the day, you used to sneaky your own team and then itchy the enemy team, and you just run them over. Curse of the Bad Moon, not that great. It's actually a pretty small hitbox on it, so it's one of the smaller Vortex hitboxes, so it just really doesn't do very much. And then Night Shroud is an interesting tactical thing. It's probably a lot better in multiplayer. But you can make all of your units unspottable, which allows you to get some pretty good flanks. So it's all right. A big wall is really where you want to be these days. This is pretty much the same thing as Gaze of Mort. Same cost, pretty much the same as far as I can tell. The damage might be slightly different, but it's a similar type of thing. You have some explosion damage. It's not that great, although it does have a large explosion area, so it's certainly useful. It does some things. Fists of Gork gives extra melee attack and defense, but it only works on one unit, and you can't overcast it. However, the fact that it imbues magical damage is really relevant if we have to fight things like the Savage Orcs, or if we have to end up fighting like Cairn Wraiths, or just anything that's going to have high physical resist. The magic damage will cut through that. It's one of your only ways you can get magic damage as Greenskins. So that's really handy to put on some top-end orcs, like some Black Orcs or something later on. Edbutt. We'll have to try this out. It's a wind spell. It says it doesn't do a ton of damage. It does moderate damage. So we'll try it out. Wind spells got a lot better in Warhammer 2 because you can aim them. They don't always just fire straight ahead in front of you. So we'll see. But these are the main reasons that you take it. And this right here is awesome. Here we go. 38 seconds. Everyone on your squad gets 44 melee attacks. That means you're going to be hitting on almost every attack, which is great because orcs have pretty high weapon damage. And then Foot of Gork is fantastic as well. It's very expensive, but this will just about one-shot most things that it hits. Does a lot of damage. You can overcast it to do even more if you want to. I remember in multiplayer, someone got off an overcasted Foot of Mork. I didn't see their shaman, and I ran a bunch of my units around their lord or whatever, and then he just Foot of Gork and wiped out 4 of my battalions, and the fight was just over. His thing got 600 kills. It wasn't just the lord. There were a couple of other infantry units there, and I thought I caught him out, but he was hiding with his wizard in the woods or something and got me with that. Okay, but anyway, so we're going with large magic here, and we'll do disciplined.
Wants me.
Now he's just level 1. He does not have a lot yet. Stealing magical item, troll recruiter, sure. And you can get on a Warboar, which is okay. It's not amazing. He has scouting, steel tech, arcane conduit. Pretty basic stuff. But he gets the job done. Okay, so we're waiting on a couple more units there. Oh, we can start our tech. Go with a big lever. Actually, we can maybe... go down to that. We'll see how long it's going to take to get the Arachnarok Spider. Okay. That's all good. Okay.
Who needs stabbing?
Where'd the little... Okay, there he is. But we can't move him this turn.
Wants me.
So it looks like we're going to get to finish our first round of hiring. Just need one more round where we get a couple of catapults and maybe, crap, did I upgrade? I'm not sure if I upgraded my, building that's going to give me the assassin hero. Ooh, dwarves are getting wiped. Maybe I bum rush the dwarves right now. I can't beat him without catapults, though. I don't think. I mean... I need to have crack walls. I think I may have forgot to upgrade the one building as well. Okay, so they're coming at me. Wow. Turn 22. Four fighting us for 3 turns, or 3 fighting us for 4 turns.
Azhag is here.
Yeah.
Now. Now. I am true power.
Could have tried. We could try to hit him without.
Get out of me head.
Zog off.
That our wizard. How much? They have 25 units. I have 20. I have 3 trolls and 3 biggins.
Stop that.
They have 3 biggins.
Stop pushing it.
No trolls. These guys are low armor. I think they're a really bad matchup against orc boys.
Zog off.
How much movement do I have? I might be able to hit him. I put this dude in this army.
Look.
What does he come stock with? Just gaze at orc. That's not going to be that useful. To start with. Huh, dude comes frenzied. That's interesting. Maybe he has an item or something.
What you want? You talk.
No way.
Can I beat him? I think I can probably beat him. I mean, if I lose, I can just hire my army back and probably be alright. It'd be a fun challenge. I think I actually almost don't want the wizard. It's because Kazamork is so weak, but we need to level him up first. It is good against a single combatant. I mean, that could help me out with their lord, I guess. Is that worth, though? I mean, if I could snipe their lord out, maybe, but... I think I'd rather just have an orc boys unit. 70 armor. How much stronger is he than the normal?
Stop pushing it.
70 armor. 58, 51. He has low melee defense. I think a normal lord might actually be stronger than he is. These trolls are clutch, though. I think these trolls can come in big. I'm gonna fight him.
Time for them to die.
Alright, we didn't come over here tonight to fight him, so let's do it. What is this? Charge bonus. Okay, I do want that on one of these guys. These guys don't have any natural magic resist. That's kind of a lore fail. I think trolls are supposed to naturally be pretty magic resistant, but that's fine. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so we are going to get our good fight this episode. We'll go a little bit long, but that's okay.
I'm gonna kill him! Boys! Chopper's ready! Oh, what's that?
I don't think they're hiding large units, so I'm just going to run at them.
Where's the scrap?
I'm not telling you. Maybe.
Faster! Crowd says faster! Arrow boys! Slaughter! The war is here! Bigger! Time for slaughtering! Boys! Here we go! Rush up! Let's fight! Run, boys! Moving fast! Run, boys! Boys! Whatever you say! Come on then! Run, boys! Moving fast! Get 'em, lads! Shifty! We're the green tide! Right then! Let's fight! Let's fight! Here to fight! The war is here! Battle! Here we go! There's the scrap!
Alright, I'd even up the numbers a little bit there. It turns out those red tree upgrades matter.
Run, boys! Moving fast! Green time! Jumper's hat! Boys!
These goblins just absolutely cannot stand up to our hordes.
Run, boys! Biggins! More butcher! Moving fast! Show us the enemy! Arrow boys! Let's get up! Shifting! Shifting! Come on! Run, boys! It's free! Smash him! Arrow boys! Boys! Shifting! Let's have it! Moving fast! This is it! Run, boys! Boys, moving fast! The war is here! Let's get him! Ready! Moving fast! Choppers out! Protect the enemy!
Flanks collapsed.
Faster! Ready, boss! Big hands! Come on in, boys! Boys! There's slaughter! Listen! Run, boys! What's your watch? Faster! The bar is here! Bring us to battle! Shifting! Yeah! Contact faster! Boys! Nice bit of scrappy! Police want war! Run, boys! Smash!
I thought they were gonna step up to me, huh?
Arrow boys! Run, boys! Slaughter! Boys! Shifting! Run, boys! There's the stretch!
She says, ah.
Here we go!
What is she at about?
Nice bit of scrappy!
Eh.
Moving fast! Ready to bash! Shifting!
Let's run him down. Alright, they should all die, I think. These guys are like, please let us out. 'Cause they were in dash stance. It's that close. They had way more units than me. Those trolls putting in work. And everybody did pretty well there. Yeah, trolls barely take any damage. Trolls actually have pretty high melee defense. I was really surprised they have that much melee defense. It's like, really? They're that skilled? With that club? Because usually, like, stuff that has, like, 40 melee defense and higher are, like, pretty, you know, would be pretty skilled combatants. But the fact that they have, like, something like 40 melee attack and 30-something or 40 melee defense is quite a lot. It's those AoE attacks, though. Like, that huge swing that just hits multiple targets. Just so good against swords. Huh. Yeah. only get 5 for ransoming captives. Could get 8% replenishment, would be interesting. I think we just execute and just keep trying to get to our main dude. Because we're going to need a second army here soon. We can't quite afford it yet, but soon.
This way.
That's right, get him out of here. I've slaughtered so many people. Yeah, I think I did forget to upgrade this. It's gonna be 3 turns before I can get the wall cracker. It's got a pretty good garrison. It's got like a 14 stat garrison. Alright, I think...
I am true power. Azhag is here. What you want? Ready. The crowd of sorcery agrees. The stuff glows.
Okay, we'll see if we can get him some experience when we kill this rebellion here in a couple of turns. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit more diverse. We got a couple of bows here. We got basically our cavalry with the trolls. Our awesome monstrous infantry, which is usually better than cavalry in my book. I remember hearing somebody, now they were talking specifically about multiplayer, but they were saying that like monstrous infantry sucks, and they were trying to say that like the Ogre Kingdom's gonna suck in Warhammer 3. I'm like, I don't think so, man. Have you played? I mean, I know he plays multiplayers a lot, but I'm like, I think monstrous cav, for the reasons I described earlier, is usually very preferable to normal cav because they aren't as reliant on charge bonuses. Like, yeah, charge bonuses are great until you get completely surrounded and you can't get out of there, and those units don't weigh as much typically, except for like demigryphs. Like monstrous cav are a different thing, but like a lot of them, you know, like your Empire Knights and stuff like that, like they usually don't have very high armor piercing damage, they don't have area of effect attacks, and they typically have pretty low base melee attack and defense. They're all about that charge bonus, and it's like, that's cool and everything, but these guys still hit pretty well on the charge. You know, it's not all about the charge bonus. Like, they do have a nice charge bonus, but at the same time, they weigh a lot. And so their impact damage, because the damage that you do on a charge on impact, I don't think is really, like, relevant to your charge bonus. Your charge bonus is just how much melee attack and how much extra damage you do for 10 seconds after you charge. And I think it falls off over time. The impact damage is based on the physics. So, like, how big is your unit? What's your entity, like, density? And, like, how fast are you going is part of it as well. So it's, like, real physics, what you would think of. If it's something that's big that hits people hard, it's going to do a lot more. So, like, if you have goblins, and this used to happen with Skarsnik, if you have a bunch of goblins that end up with, like, a 40 charge bonus, and you have, like, you know, your tier 1 goblin spears run into somebody with a 40 charge bonus, and they're, like, running into Chaos Chosen, they're not going to budge, so they're not going to do hardly any impact damage. Versus you could have something like Trolls that have a pretty low charge bonus, like 24, and if they hit some infantry in the back, they're going to do a lot of damage, just because they're so heavy. So anyways, I think monstrous infantry are really good, and they can stick in combat better, so they're way better in sieges. especially like trolls because they regenerate. So, you know, they effectively have like somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 extra HP in these fights, which is a lot. So, and just like their melee attack and melee defense is really high for things like this. Like if we look, like, let me just compare those to boar. Like just look at this real quick, and that'll be the end of this episode. Like look at these boar, okay? Now, yes, the trolls do cost a little bit more, so keep that in mind. But the same, and boar are some of the worst cavalry out there, as far as like sticking in combat. But like, look at this, 22 on the melee attack and melee defense, weapon strength 30, 46 charge bonus, 50 armor, you know, 60 leadership, blah blah blah. Okay, and then there's 60 of them in a stack. But the thing is, like, you're rarely going to be attacking with all 6 of these, or all 60 of these, right? There's going to be multiple roads, and like half of them are going to be sitting around doing nothing most of the time anyways. But with monstrous infantry, all of these guys are getting to attack. All 16 of them are going to be hitting somebody, because there are not going to be multiple rows of them. They do AoE attacks, so they hit multiple people and do their damage, and their weapon strength is 100, very heavy piercing, and they have baseline 34, 32 melee attack, melee defense, and 40 armor. So it's like similar armor. I think they have even more HP. Yeah, more HP, regeneration. I mean, the major thing the boar have is they have a slightly higher charge bonus. They both do pretty good armor piercing damage. These do like, you know, 2/3 of their damage is armor piercing. These are similar, a little bit over 2/3 armor piercing, but these don't have to charge cycle. They can just, it's nice if you charge cycle them, but you can also just leave them in combat. So I don't know, even like the bigger ones, right? Like these are more expensive than normal trolls. They still only have 22-20 melee attack and defense, right? Now they do get a 12 bonus versus large, so that would put them at, you know, against large units, 34 melee attack with 44 weapon strength. Trolls are still doing more most of the time. Trolls still have more HP. So that's why I just don't like messing with cav that much unless it's like very, very elite cavalry, like Demigryph Knights, Blood Knights for vampires are some of the most like OP cav in the game. You know, maybe like some Chaos Knights. Like there are a couple in there, but if there's an option to use monstrous infantry, you better believe I'm going to use Dragon Ogres over like Chaos Knights most of the time, or I'm going to use, like I said, I think earlier in the campaign, something like dragons over Dragon Knights, or over Cold One Dread Spears. But anyways, okay, so we're hiring this. Do we want to hire any more? We could grab a couple more biggins, which wouldn't be bad. I mean, they are stronger than basic Greenskins, but they do a hell of a lot more damage. They have way more armor. Yeah. So we're not waiting on anything. We're not going to use the goblin guy in our army. We're just going to use him to crack walls. And we are going to like substitute some black orcs in eventually, but that's going to be a little while. So I think we can go ahead and comfortably kick a couple of these dudes. So I don't think anyone's going to come running at us next turn.
War boss, innit?
Like these guys don't have an army. I guess that like dwarves could roll up in a couple turns, but whatever. We'll risk it, I guess. We do have a little bit of extra cash, and we just need this army to be like really strong, because we're about to do some serious fighting with it. I guess I could have left one of these guys and just kicked this dude and replaced him, but whatever. Okay. Reliability is just like constantly changing.
Come on, lads. Now is the time to take back what's ours.
Are we really that poor? Okay. They must have wanted a crazy amount for some other stuff. Okay. How many turns? Yeah, it's 2 turns for the rebellion.
I am true power.
Oh, these are only 1 turn to hire. I thought they were 2 turns. Wow, okay. That's legit. Okay, I think we can afford to wait an extra turn, though. I thought these were going to be 2 turns to hire anyways. I guess I could have... I think this is fine. Yeah, the little goblin fighter guy that we're going to get, he's not that great in combat. He's okay. He can help you take down enemy lords, but in general, like, there are some better things for that. Like, trolls are really great at taking down enemy lords most of the time. They do a lot of armor-piercing damage. That's another thing that large monstrous infantry is good at, killing single-entity characters. Because you can only have so much surface area around a single entity, like a lord or a giant or whatever. But big units that just do a lot of damage per hit, you know, are obviously going to do way better against those types of units. That's why, like, surrounding an enemy lord with, like, 3 heroes that are trying to fight him are usually going to do way more damage than sending, like, 20 tier 1 stacks at him, because they're just going to be, like, you know, 99% of those units are just going to be sitting around, like, not hitting anything. It's like, if you can't reach him, you can't reach him. I mean, you can theory craft however much damage, you know, as much as you want, right? It's like, okay, we've got 100 units in the stack. They're doing this much, you know, damage or whatever. But it's like, realistically, those units are not going to be, they're not all going to be fighting. Even if it's not a single entity unit, it's going to be, like, on an infantry line, if you overstack one part of the line, those units are just going to be sitting around doing nothing. That's why one of the big challenges when you play these type of swarming factions like Skaven or Greenskins or whatever, your faction is to spread out and figure out how to flank so that you get more surface area on the enemies. Because if you just run all of your enemies in to the front line and just let them pile up there, then most of your units aren't going to be doing damage. And so that's, you know, usually you really want to spread them out and try to collapse the side flanks that I'm always talking about. You work the side flanks with your cavalry or your monstrous infantry or whatever. And then once you get that flank, then you roll it over. You guys can't really see my hand gestures, but, you know, you just, like, if you collapse the right flank, you just roll it through and just keep rolling over and rotating your units off to the right until you have a complete surround on them. Okay, so one more turn, and then we'll be ready to go with that. I think we'll hold off on going tier 3 on these and just try to save up and get to tier 4 for those black orcs and spiders and all that good stuff. There's really not a lot of great stuff at tier 5. Tier 4, you get a lot of good stuff, though. We get giants at tier 5, which are, like, okay. They have buffed them a little bit, it seems. I think they gave them, like, 5 more melee attack and a little bit more damage, so that's nice. But at tier 4, we get Doom Divers, Black Orcs, and Ragnarok Spiders, which are all very good. Warboy Biggins are okay. They're okay. But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I'm happy to help you out with that. Be sure to check out the rest of the content on the channel. And like and subscribe. It's free. It's easy. Just takes a couple of clicks. It helps out a ton. It helps other people find the channel and enjoy the real good, true campaigns that I hope you enjoy, where we take on challenges. We don't just, like, AFK in our base and auto-resolve everything in, you know, 15 episodes. We actually try to get out there and have some real fights and have some fun with it. And I try to be as informative as I can so that you can, you know, better understand and appreciate the game. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thanks. Stay tuned for the next episode, and I'll see you next time.